Hello, my name is Stacy. Welcome to my channel, The Liminal Space. It was formerly known as simply Liminal, but I hope even with the channel name change that you all are still finding me and will still find help or guidance in these readings. So as I did last year for the channel readings, I'm doing a message to us for our mind, for our body, and for our spirit. That still feels very correct for what we're going to experience in this coming new year. And I'm also going to continue to use this deck. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, and it is beautiful. And I think that spirit animals are something that speak to us all. I think we all have connections to certain animals, maybe even for a short moment, maybe for our whole lives. Excuse me. I'm just, getting past a head cold, and but I wanted to make sure I proceeded with these readings because I do think they're important, and I hope that for the people that find them, there's guidance in here that they need. I always take guidance from these readings, and I hope that the people that find these readings also find the guidance that they need. And, you don't have to necessarily watch this in January to find the guidance that you needed. You might find it 2 Februaries from now, and that's what you needed to hear when you needed to hear it. I mean, I think that's how spirit works with all of us. But I do these at the beginning of each month to help kind of guide us or bring messages through that we might need for the coming month. I apologize, like I said, about my gravelly voice and my sniffles. I'm going to try to cut this reading a little bit shorter than normal, just so I still have some voice left, and also because I'm sure you guys don't want to have to listen to my gravelly voice. But I love this deck, and I think it's very important that I continue to use it because I do feel like there's such beautiful guidance in it. I'll probably have to, this is kind of a new reading setup for me, and so I'm kind of getting my space figured out as well as my lighting system, and I'm probably going to be having to move my reading space into a different area, and so I'll go through a few more transitions, but that's okay, right? Life is about transitions. Just like changing my channel name, I'd been guided to do it probably 6 or 7 months ago, but it felt right to actually do it at Yule. Yule was when I posted my first reading, even though my channel existed longer ago than that, and it felt like a good way to both end a cycle and start a cycle, because really that's what Yule is, right? It's the ending of our sun cycle and the beginning of a new solar cycle. So let's see what these cards have in store for us. I'm going to split the deck and then we'll just go from there. So this is our message for our mind, for our body, and for our spirit. And I will read from the guidebook, but also will read intuitively for the cards that come up. So let's just take the moment to welcome spirit in. Thank you for this guidance that you are directing to us. We are grateful to you. All right, let's look at what the message for our mind is from spirit. We have rabbit spirit. So for our mind, the message is, now is a lucky time. I hope we all embrace that and feel like that, because you know what? When you feel lucky, you are lucky. That's how the universe works. Don't hope that you're lucky. Know that you're lucky. That's how luck is going to come to you, by knowing you're already lucky. And rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. So let's take a look at what this guidebook says. I opened right to it. I mean, I can't even make that up. I just grabbed the book and opened right to rabbit spirit. So the oracle message here is, a sunny meadow calls, and rabbit spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren and into the light so you can participate in a fertile and beautiful experience. It may seem safe below ground, but the magic happens when you come out and take the risk of being vulnerable and co-creating something new. You are being invited into a new life that you have no experience with, but have no fear. Today is also the time to be fruitful and productive as you enjoy rabbit spirit's sunny and prolific energy. At this time, whatever you intend to bring to life will find fertile ground. There are no mistakes, really, when you are co-creating with spirit, so let new ideas spring to the surface, knowing that now is a lucky time of tremendous possibility. So this is obviously the perfect card for your mind, the message to our mind, because everything we dream up is in our mind, right? In our thought process. And here it says, let new ideas spring to the surface, knowing that now is a lucky time of tremendous possibilities. You are co-creating with spirit, And the potentials are limitless. There's no stopping your potential. So keep that in mind. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more, make it easier for you guys to see the card. I think that's a beautiful message for our mind. And I mean, there are no mistakes, when it comes to the messages that we get from Spirit. So let's see what Spirit has in store for our body, the message for our body. Okay, we have Dolphin Spirit. This is a beautiful card. This is a card that always makes me think of my mom because she likes dolphins. And I kind of think of my mom as a mermaid. And there's old sailors' myths about dolphins and mermaids, or even seals and mermaids. But the message here is this and that are true. And so it's interesting, isn't it? This and that are true, which kind of means that everything is true. And really, in a way, it is. Everything is true. The oracle message here, excuse me, when I was doing my transition reading from the last year into this new year, I had to blow my nose. And so I meant to pause the video in the middle of my reading, and I actually shut the whole thing down. So I had to start over. So I'm not, hopefully won't blow my nose for you guys, but I apologize for the coughing. The oracle message here is Dolphin Spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As the dolphin is both a mammal and a sea creature, so too is Dolphin Spirit, both of this and of that. Two truths coexist in you, the story that you tell and another as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is a blessing too in the helpers that appear. Isn't that true? Like sometimes when we're struggling and we don't see a way out, suddenly somebody just appears on your path and they make everything so much better. Isn't that true? How we struggle and get gifts at the same time. Anyways, back to the message here. Within the clouds are silver linings, and when we later reflect on what happened, we can see the situation was both this and of that, and a choice led by both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities of both light and shadow. That is the truth. Amen. And that is for all of us, including ourselves. Focus on the positive, for light exists alongside the darkness. Dolphin Spirit calls for you to come from below and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this and that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. So there we go. We know that life is about duality, and sometimes I think we try to fight against it, but this card is telling us don't fight it. Just enjoy the duality. And I think that's beautiful. And I think that's really all that needs to be said. Excuse me. I am so apologetic about this cold, you guys. Anyway, now let's take a look at what our message is for overall spirit. From spirit for our spirit. Spider Spirit. This is interesting. I mean, I always love it when this card turns up. It comes up for my in personal readings. I don't know that it's come up a ton in my readings over the years on this card channel, but I love this card. Also, all the artwork is beautiful on these, but Spider Spirit, and it says, make your dreams real. And I'm just going to say this, just kind of like everything exists in our mind, and if we take action, we can make it happen. That came up, I think, in the transition reading, the one I just posted. That was 2025 transitioning into 2026 message, that you can make anything happen. And so it's nice that this message is still coming up for January. Make your dreams real. If you have something you want to do, you need to work at it. You can't just hope and wish. I mean, Spirit will meet you to some extent, but at the same point, you're co-creating. And so Spirit wants you to put in some effort, to do a few things to help your dreams manifest. And I think that's what this card is going to tell us. Now, let me read from the book. The oracle message here is, weaving your dreams into the fabric of life begins with a single thread of intention, and then Spirit joins you as your co-weaving partner. Take but a single step to make your dreams reality, and Spirit will take 10 towards you, for this universe is designed to support your dream weaving. Spider Spirit arrives when you need reminding of the awesome power of co-creation within Spirit. Ideas and resources will begin to appear as if by magic as you begin to bring your dreams from the realm of intention into the world of the senses where they take form. The actions you need to take is to be clear about your intentions, and then act as if it has become the one that lives. I need to read this whole sentence again. I'm sorry. My cats are out in the sun porch, and one of them is just like scratching on the window. She's so dramatic. That's my Betty. Bad Betty. She was Betty Boop, but now she's Bad Betty. But she's a good cat. She's just a little naughty. Anyway, or maybe that sentence isn't important. Maybe I'll just go on. The web of creation has an uncanny way of coming together to weave the beautiful pattern you set in motion. So another message of Spider Spirit is about creating projects you may be considering: writing, painting, music, journaling, gardening, etc. Now is the time when inspiration wants to be channeled through you as something creative, even as artistic and tangible. Creative projects are successful now. If you are so inclined, let yourself be open to abundance. So that's interesting that we're getting the concept of abundance in this reading, and we're also getting the concept of luck at the beginning. Like, know you're lucky, and you are lucky. Know you're abundant, and you are abundant. And this message in the middle is just telling us to live with the duality that is part of our human existence. You know, there is light and there is shadow, and we can't all be light all the time, and we certainly can't be shadow all the time. We have to find a balance for ourselves and help ourselves be better and grow as humans and as spiritual beings. So this is a pretty interesting reading for the month of January. I'm excited about it. January is a month I've always felt called to and drawn to. My mom's birthday is at the end of January on the 31st. Her mom's birthday, my grandma Pearl, her birthday we celebrated on January 1st. And so actually, and then we have several birthdays in January, including my grandpa Clayton's in the middle of the month. So it's always felt like a very celebratory month for me, even though where I'm living in Montana, usually there's not a whole lot of celebrating going on. You know, the weather is cold, but that's not bad either. It's just what it is. You know, I'm not complaining about the weather. Sometimes when the weather is a little and you just need to stay in and be cozy, those are the best times. And so we embrace that as well. Anyway, I'm looking forward to January just based on this reading. I hope you all are too. I hope when I come back at you guys with our February reading, that'll be the same time I'm doing the in bulk reading, you know, for as the wheel of the year shifts and turns again. I hope that my voice will be restored and I won't sound nasally or have a cough or, you know, be threatening to sneeze in the midst of my reading. Anyways, I hope you all are still finding my channel, even though I changed my name from Simply Liminal to the Liminal Space. I hope that it just felt right. It was actually something that I was inclined to do when I first started this channel name, or first named this channel, but the liminal space brings up a lot of other things on the internet when you look, and so I was looking for something a little bit more tied just to me, but in the end, you know, I probably should have done 3 years ago what I did now by changing my channel name. Such is life. There's no end to our limits, and we can always move forward and make progress. No decision is final in this life. So I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I hope you all have a wonderful January. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's celebration. If you celebrate such things, take care. Have a good day. See you around.